Lovers of truth, back again. We just got off a live with Daniel. So here we are, and I've got a whole bunch of my good friends with me that I've known for, what, a year now, or how long?
About a year.
Peter?
Over a year.
Yeah, over a year. All right, so everyone knows Peter. We've done a few lives on LifeWave. Today's subject is LifeWave, and as you can see, I always wear my glutathione here, and on my ankle, I always have my X39 stem cell production. So all of these beautiful friends of mine, we have Greg, Kai, Robin. I was going to say Rhonda, I don't know where. Robin.
Actually, it's Kai and Greg.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
That's okay. We're brothers from a different mother.
All right. Oh, well, you know, the names are not important. It's the deeds, isn't it? The deeds and the character and who we are and everything. And look, we've got so many people here now. Look, the whole audience in the studio here. Anne-Marie's doing the tech work. Ricardo's at the back also doing the engineering. And what's your name, brother?
Carl Press.
Carl. And we're going to do a short video with Carl after this. Carl was right at the front of the truckies.
Trucker convoy to Ottawa.
And in Ottawa, in the convoy. You're right in the mix.
And I have some questions to ask you about freedom and what happened there. I'm very curious to know your answers.
Yeah, that's going to be good. So stay tuned for that as well. So Carl was right there at Ottawa. Yeah. And they're still in Ottawa, the truckers?
No, we all got kicked out. Our bank accounts got frozen.
Yep, I heard. All right.
Tragically.
Yep, I know. Yeah, I watched that. All right, but at least the people made themselves, felt, and the government knows that the people are awake.
Amen.
Yeah, and things are heading toward freedom, and we're going to get it because we're going to win. We're not going to lose this one. This is the war of truth against the lie, love against fear. And all they have is lie and fear, and we haven't bought into it. That's why we're smiling. Who's not smiling?
We're smiling.
We're smiling. And not just because we know the truth and because we love the truth and syncretism, but because we have been very, very wise. In my syncretism, I've probably not given the due attention that wealth creation needs. I've always been concerned with health and truth and knowledge and things like that. But one of Krishna's, if you want to call him Christ or Krishna, but one of the 6 main attributes of God is wealth. All right? Not only is he loving, all wise, but he is all wealthy. Wealth. Not rich. We don't want tennis courts and helicopters and Rolls Royces and, oh, I've got a big bank account. We're not into that. We're into not working for a boss, 9 to 5, we're not slaves. I'm not a slave. I haven't had a boss I've only had a boss pretty much for 2 years of my life. I'm 59. I've always run my own businesses. I was busking on the streets of Melbourne selling my CDs, making 120, 150,000 a year. I'm just doing 3 afternoons a week. Sit down for half an hour, sell 120 CDs. No boss. I could go wherever I wanted to, that corner, that mall, wherever I wanted to. I was free. And now I'm doing syncretism, and I created my own little streams of income. And now this one is one that not only makes me wealthy, but healthy. So why don't we start with, because these guys, Kai and Greg and Robin, these guys have been in LifeWave for a long time, and they've got the testimonials, the science. They know a lot more than me, and that's why they're here. Peter and I, we've spoken quite a bit, so you can go back to my YouTube channel and see some of the beautiful words of wisdom and his testimonial, how LifeWave saved his life. This is not, people look at these patches and they go, And then there's people who say, we don't need more products, all we need is sunlight and grounding and good diet and everything like that. No. Sometimes, if you get a broken bone, do you say, no, I don't need a walking stick? You need a walking stick. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need technology, Sometimes it's just not enough. We think we do, and our body does heal. Yes, it does. But sometimes, a lot of people are sick, aren't they? Right. So let's start with the science. The science, there've been double-blind studies when this was first produced 15, 20 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah. 18. Talk about the science and how the results of all the testing.
Well, I could speak a little bit about that. One of the things that David Schmidt, who is the inventor of these products, has done, he's spent a lot of the money that he's gotten on double-blind clinical studies. Not all double-blind, but many double-blind clinical studies. And there's over 85 published, some of them are published in medical review magazines on all his patches. And incredible results, like in the blood, like the glutathione, for instance, 200 to 300% increase in your blood by wearing this patch. And the patch, what it does is it's got nanocrystals in it. It's basically this nanotechnology, and it activates receptors in your body each one is tuned to a specific frequency and signal that it puts into your body. It warms, when it gets on your body, it warms up, and it sends out the signal, and it activates these receptors in your bodies to do certain things. In the case of the glutathione, tells your body to produce glutathione. In the stem cell patch, it activates receptors in your body to produce a copper peptide, basically, that activates your stem cells. And so the patches absolutely work. They're all patented. There's over 120 issued patents, and patents aren't issued unless your technology works and you have clinical studies that show the efficacy of them, and that it's unique, that there's no other place that you can find that. You have to have something unique to get a patent. And so these products have been patented, as I said, over 120 issued patents on the technology with clinical studies showing the efficacy. So it's very, very science-driven.
Beautiful. You want to say something as well,
I'd like to.
Greg?
Thank you. I was a vice president of an anti-aging nutrition company. And I got to tell you, we didn't have anything that would hold a candle to these products. And I've been marketing breakthrough health products for over 30 years. And this is breakthrough science. This is working with our light body. And David is a visionary. He channels, he gets this information from the source. And then he brings forth this technology. And I'm getting chills just talking about it. But some people get chills when they first put the product on. Yeah. And they can feel the activation of their light body, organs and chakras and everything's going, whoa, what is this? Because, it's really, in my opinion, it's Nobel level science and research that's been done here.
Yeah.
And it's going to change the face of healthcare in America and the world. There's no doubt in my mind.
For sure. I remember when Daniel put his energy patches on, white on right and golden on the left. That morning we went out, and he was like, "Oh man, I feel like Superman." There's just, and I've just got so much energy. Yeah. He was like a rabbit, jumping up and down and running. So those ones work instantly. Those ones are one of my favourite, but definitely my favourite is the glutathione one. Mm-hmm. I just feel, I feel stable. I feel it generates 3 amino acids, doesn't it? That are crucial. Which ones are they?
I don't know the names of the amino acids. The glutathione is a conglomerate of
3
amino acids.
Yeah.
But it raises your glutathione level, which is basically your immune system. It just activates your immune system. And it also cleanses your body.
Yep.
And it causes you to detox all the toxins that you build up. And for some people, it's too strong. That they'll get like bad headaches or feel sore or even the runs and things. And it's a good sign when that happens. That means that it's really working. but you have to use it less. You might only wear it for an hour the first day, and the next day you wear another patch for 2 hours, and the next day until you get to the 12 hours. You wear them for half a day and take them off for half a day. But it absolutely activates your glutathione in your body.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, so anything more about the science? All right?
Sure.
Please, Robin.
I want to talk a little bit about the X39 patch. Some people, we call it our stem cell activation patch, but it's actually the GHK patch, and nobody knows what that means. So we invite people to do their own research on this copper peptide, GHK-CU. It was discovered by Dr. Lauren Picard, who's still doing research for almost 50 years, because his mother and his grandmother died, and he wanted to figure out how to eradicate disease. And he devoted his life to do this and discovered this peptide. This peptide is known in scientific circles as the holy grail of health, healing, and regeneration. And our founder, David Schmidt, discovered Dr. Picard's research, and Dr. Picard discovered the copper peptide, but David was able to make this available to the masses through activating it with the X39 patch. And what happens, it's kind of like what Kai was talking about. It's kind of like when the sun hits your body and we create vitamin D or melanin, which creates a suntan. So a frequency of light is causing a biochemical change in our body. So in the X39 patch, the biochemical change that's occurring is the activation of this copper peptide. And we have lots of research that shares that it activates your own younger stem cells. It activates more stem cells from your skin. And as we get older, we have less stem cells. And stem cells are part of our immune system. When we're young, a baby has about 1 billion stem cells, and by the time we're in our 30s, we have about half left. And by the time we're in our 60s, about 10%, and the ones we have left are not nearly as effective as the younger ones. So this patch activates the copper peptide, which activates our own younger stem cells. It also alters gene expression of over 4,000 genes, which is actually about a third of our genes to a younger you. So we're actually turning back the biological clock.
Oh, yeah, wow. I love the word light in there. It's all about light. God is light.
And what's so wonderful is because we're marketing something that's about activating light, we're attracting amazing people in our community all over the world that are drawn to the light.
Yeah.
And it's like you, Santos.
Yeah. Well,
that's what attracted you.
Ever since I've known Peter, we've been like cousins, brothers, just more. You know, there's something special between us. You know, and we both know.
We're all kind of familiar with each
exactly,
other. Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I know you.
It's a community, our tribe. It's our tribe, and you know, it's not that you know we're looking around for this and that to save us, and we know that our body heals itself, but these are aids in helping. You know, if you want to climb a mountain, it'd be handy if you had mountain boots. That's an aid. You don't want to go barefoot because, whoop, cut my foot, got to go to the hospital, right? So you bring your aids, you bring your walking stick, you bring some food, you know, you bring some nourishment. These are aids. You know, it really disappoints me when I see people saying, "Oh, there's Santos again. Now he's selling products and trying to make money." I've never, ever, 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 ever tried and forced and worried about money. And you should know that. Shame on anyone. You know what I mean? That means you don't know me. You really don't know me. Because the first things that I recommend are the free things: uropathy, sun gazing, grounding, diet. That's free. And they are the first things that I always mention. These other aids and products that I have available on my site, these are aids, and they will help you. You know, if you want to climb that mountain, the boots will get you there quicker than barefoot, right? So that's how this works. It's going to help you quicker. All right, so we can come back to the science. What about some personal testimonials? Peter's, I reckon, is the best one I've ever heard. So what about you guys? What's it done for you?
Robin, this is your time to shine. This is the area.
Well, I was a candidate for 2 knee replacements from, past ski injuries and things, and I needed 2 new knees, and I had 1 knee replacement, and it didn't go well. It was very, very difficult, and I got actually kicked out of physical therapy after a year, and it still wasn't okay, and so I didn't want to go through that process again. And so I started researching stem cells as injections, and I went to lots of seminars and did research online, and I had chosen one of the kinds of stem cell injections that would have cost in USD $12,500 out of pocket, no guarantee for 1 shot. And we were willing to do that. And then our friend Kai called and said, there's a new technology that will activate your own younger stem cells with light. And I went, how fast can I get it? So I took this, looks like this. I took this round patch, put it on here's what it looks like. It's about the size of a quarter, and it looks like a Band-Aid. And so there's some crystals in here that get activated by your body's infrared heat that causes this frequency, creating the biochemical change. And I put it, on the back of my neck, on what we call C7, which is, the top of the spine. And a week later, the pain in my knee was gone. It was gone. And I was a customer. I wasn't looking for a business, and it changed my life, and I couldn't not share. And then I felt truly a sense of responsibility to let people know what we have here. And it's about 3 years later, and can I share how many people?
Lots.
Tens of thousands of people all over the world have had their lives changed because of my left knee. And I did actually end up having to have another knee replacement because I was bone on bone for almost 2 decades, and my leg had become deformed. And if I didn't get another knee, I would have lost my ability to walk.
Oh.
And that was not an option. So I did have another knee replacement. And the first one, I was on very heavy-duty narcotics, one called Dilaudid, which is more potent than morphine, for 4 months. And I cried for months and months and months. And it was a horrible experience.
Yeah.
And the second knee replacement, I was off my meds, off my walker, and off my cane in 3 weeks. Having been on using the patches for over a year and a half, having a lot more stem cells, and one of the other major benefits is acceleration of healing. It's dramatic.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
And so my doctor was like shocked.
Yeah.
And we hear that all the time. That, it's like, you're not supposed to heal this fast. And it's dramatic. So we started sharing, and it took a while for this guy to come on board, but then he did, because.
So what happened then? What happened there with you then, Greg?
Well, I just couldn't not get involved. I saw so many wonderfuls. It's like Robin say, every morning we know we're going to wake up and hear miracle stories.
Yeah.
It's a good way to live.
And part of my process is I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung, and I'm happy to say I went from stage 4 lung, no evidence of disease, in 4 months.
Yeah, how?
Well, I had patches all over my chest.
Yeah, that's what Nick does. Sometimes I've seen Nick with about 40 the old stem cells, right, on his lymph nodes and everything, and to release, and it works on the lymph nodes.
Yes.
But I see there's 40 patches, like, these are old, but they still work.
Yeah. So I know that my light body was increased by the use of the patches, and I did a lot of other dietary, and I alkalized my body. I was very careful with my diet.
Yeah.
And but I know the patches have had a major impact, and I'm proudly going to be 70 years old in about 3 months, and I feel like I'm in my 40s or 50s.
Oh, wow. 70, man.
Yeah.
I hope when I get to 70, like, I'm going to be that,
Yes.
happy and healthy.
Yeah.
So which one did you use, the X39?
Actually, I used the Eon patch.
Oh, for pain.
No, it goes beyond that. The Eon patch actually blocks some of the biochemical pathways that allow to exist in your body.
Okay, what's the one for pain then?
Eon.
It is.
It's anti-inflammatory.
Anti-inflammatory, that's the one. I put that on my stomach once,
Yeah.
right? Because I was feeling inflamed.
It does a lot of things.
Yeah, and bloated, and it calmed it down within about 20 minutes.
Yep.
IceWave
Yeah.
too, Santos. IceWave. The white on the right, the tan on the left. It's a tandem patch. And you want to talk instant results? Ladies and gentlemen, this is phenomenal. If you have pain, any kind of arthritis, oh yeah, inflammation, pain, anybody who's got it, white on right, tan on left, put it on your body. This patch, if anyone's looking for that magic bullet that's almost like instant pain relief, this is the one that you want to apply to your body. IceWave patch, and there's a great promotion on right now till May 1, correct? Anybody who places a $200 order with LifeWave, they get a free IceWave, $70 value. What a great deal for anyone in the syncretist in your network. $200 order, upgrade from silver to gold, and they get free IceWave. Instant results. It's amazing what happens when you apply this patch to your body anywhere, whether it be the hip, the elbow, the back, the elbow, the joints like mine here from the stroke. What a great product to just put on, and no pain, instantly, ladies and gentlemen. This is phenomenal.
Right, so that's helping you with the stroke?
It's helped the symptoms of the stroke, right?
Right.
It's miraculous what it does, because I have mobility again, which I did not have prior, as you've heard many times me share the story. The mobility that this has given me back, I mean, how do you put a price tag on that? How?
What does IceWave do exactly? IceWave?
It really just helps neutralize the pain. I think the best way to explain it. It's a tandem patch that you put it on, it activates to the skin temperature, and the pain goes away.
Okay.
There's people that will take a pill, morphine or whatever, and the pain will take the pill, right? Or the pill will take the pain. You don't need a pill here. You don't need to mess anything up in your system. Just a patch.
Another story about that. And what happens typically when we have pain, there's blocked energy.
Yeah.
And the IceWave patch will open up the pathways so that there's energy flow in the pain. It's instant or rapid pain relief. And there's some spots on the body. The patches work on your body's electrical system.
Right.
And so there's certain spots on your body that you can use for total body pain.
Yeah.
So if someone has pain in several places, you can put it there, and it is dramatic. We were down in Tulum the other day, and I was at the pool bar, and there was one of the staff there that was really suffering, and he looked in. So I said, you look like you're hurting. I said, I think I have something that might help you. And he got patched, and he came back to me and smiling from a level 10 pain to 0.
Yeah.
And the patches are non-transdermal. There's nothing that goes into your body other than light that your own body generated. So they're safe, and that's really important for people to know. There's no contraindications with any medicines, with anything else. The only people that we recommend probably stay away from them are people that are on any kind of immune suppressing medications, because it does enhance your immune system.
Right.
And so you don't want your body to reject the new organ, but other than it's safe for everybody, and that's a really wonderful thing to know, that there's no contraindications.
It is recommended to drink water after you put the patches on, though, right?
Before and after, and stay well hydrated, because your electrical system, if it's not hydrated, the energy is not going to flow well.
Yeah, and water, hydrogen, guys, is the best electricity that you can put in your body, bar none. Hydration is very important, and it's very important as well to structure your water. So if you've got a bottle, just always do a little
Shake it
whirlpool, shake it up, and then drink it, because it needs to be structured otherwise. And always remember, guys, don't gulp down water. You've got to sip water. You've got to mix your saliva with it, because if you don't mix your saliva with it, the body doesn't recognize it as yours, and you just go to the bathroom and flush out all the minerals. So to hang on to the minerals and to hydrate, you have to sip the water. Never gulp water, ever. It's very dangerous. It's really bad for you.
It doesn't absorb either.
Yeah. So that's the other thing. Is when you say hydrate, people don't know how to. You can't just have a glass of water, go, and think, right, now I'm not thirsty. You can't do that. There's a special way to drink water. All right, good. So now, the wealth side of things. This is where I get a lot of people, most of my astrology readings, probably 60% of the people are at a point in their life where they don't know where to go, and they want some direction as to how to lose their job, what should they do, does my chart support business, does it support travel, does it support me being a healer, does it support me having some sort of a clinic where I can bring people in and massage them or whatever, because that's what they do or whatever. And yeah, good 60% of people are just sick and tired of their jobs and the poor money that they're making, the long hours, and being subjected to all that boss domination. It's just, I'm glad that I've been blessed, not to have bosses all my life. It's just been beautiful. Been my own boss in everything, so it makes sense for me to do this. But so I have a few suggestions, and the one since I've been with LifeWave has been to do that. So people can set themselves up, get in my line, because you can go to my channel, my site, universaltruthschool.com. And there you will see LifeWave in the products tab. Okay, so you go to universaltruthschool.com, syncretism products, and there it is, LifeWave. You go there and you sign up under Santos Bonacci. And you'll be wise if you do that, because I'm not going to be sitting on my laurels. These guys are going to be supporting me, and I'm going to be supporting you. And Crystal and Nick, we're all in this, and we are going to make you very, very healthy, and hopefully a good little stream of income as well. So how do people set that up? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I could talk about that a little bit. I mean, what I love about LifeWave is I'm certifiably unemployable. I mean, I
stole his line.
I know, I stole his line. I steal a lot of his lines. He's got a lot of good lines.
I get a lot from him too.
And what I love about this as a business is that it's collaborative. It's really, we're in 70 countries, and you're in business for yourself. It's your own business, but not by yourself. And LifeWave does all the things that I hate doing. They make the product, they ship it, they keep all the bookkeeping, they do all the bookkeeping. And so as you build your business and your network starts growing, and you're part of Santos's, which is a huge network, you're going to get people dropping under you in the business, and you get paid on the whole network as you grow your business. So you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Mm-hmm. And the company has all the science behind it. It does all the shipping. As I said, it does all the bookkeeping of all the people. Like, I have people in probably 50 of those 70 countries. And as they sell the product and market it and share it with people, I get just a teeny little bit override on all of what's going on. And over time, that becomes extremely significant. It's kind of like a snowball. We talked about that last night on another call that we were talking about, that a snowball, when you start rolling down the hill, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and to the point it grows really fast once it gets the momentum going. And you can be part of that, and you're just sharing light. And one of the beautiful things about the company is the products are 100% guaranteed. They offer 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not happy with the results or any of the people you share it with, you can try with confidence, because there's absolutely no risk that's involved.
There are people who hear that and they say, "Oh, multi-level marketing, isn't that like pyramid scheme?" And that's just, it's not right, because you get to make all this money, from your downline and everything, and they think there's a greed element involved in it. How ridiculous that people, are so short-sighted when they're probably doing a job where they do all the work, right? And they get paid $10 an hour, and the product that they're making makes the boss $1,000 an hour, and the boss doesn't share 1 cent with them, and he forces them to do overtime without paying them, according to the law and everything like that. And they just don't see it.
Well, I love talking about that, because when somebody says, "Is this one of those pyramid schemes?" I say, absolutely a pyramid, not a scheme.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, everything's a pyramid. Everything. And most people don't realize that. Like when you go to every corporation, there's the CEO, the board of directors, the managers, and then the lowly workers. And everyone's trying to keep you down because they don't want to lose their job. So the more they keep you down, and maybe if they get graduated, a vacuum lets you come up a little bit. Same in the church. You know, if you go to most religions, you know, you got the Pope, you got the cardinals and the bishops and everything. And same in business, you got the CEO. Well, he said, or in government, you know, you have the president, and then you have the senators. You know, everything in nature is a pyramid. It's a triangle.
Actually, we're a diamond.
We are a diamond.
We are a diamond, not a.
But the point that's really important is what makes ours different is that it's a healthy one. Like they're all structurally like that, and ours is based on collaboration, and everybody's trying to help each other. Everybody who's doing well is trying to help everyone elevate. And yes, you get paid on the whole thing, and as yours grows, and everyone has a level playing field of being able to participate. So I love it. It's just a healthy structure of what naturally happens in nature.
Yep.
You know, I'd like to say something about that, because the thing I like about LifeWave is really a high-tech health sciences research and development company. Mm-hmm. Our owner, founder, CEO, genius scientist, inventor spends more time in the laboratory than in the office.
Yep.
And he's bringing down these incredible, health technologies. And he wisely chose direct sales network marketing as the most viable way to get these products to market. Mm-hmm. What would have happened if he tried to push them down the pharmaceutical channel?
He probably would have got killed.
The price would have gone.
And what if he tried to put them on the shelf in a health food store? They'd still be sitting there.
Yeah.
And the products do everything except they don't have feet and a mouth.
Yeah.
They don't talk and they don't walk. And that's our job.
Exactly. So what happens is the products get into the hands of sick people who use them, get well, and then they go on and help other people, and that's word of mouth, which is the best referral sale
That's it.
in existence.
I actually like to, when someone asks me, is this network marketing or multi-level marketing, I will say proudly, yes it is, and why do you ask? And so a lot of people that have a judgment about our profession, I have discovered have a judgment because they don't understand it. Like when Santos was saying, they're getting paid $10 an hour and their boss is making $1,000 an hour. It's, if people looked at the lifestyle that we have, this is a lifestyle business, it gives us freedom. And to me, that's a very, very high value. It's very difficult for the average person to develop residual income. Mm-hmm. And residual income is income. When I wake up in the morning and I look at my income, it's like overnight I did very well while I was sleeping. And isn't that wonderful? And most people don't have that opportunity.
Yep.
And so many of us were raised with this belief that you have to work hard for your money.
Yeah.
And it's a belief.
Yep.
That we need to be open to changing the possibility that you don't have to. And it is a business about caring and sharing.
Yes.
And so the more people care about other people and share, and what Kai was talking about, it is a team sport. We do this together.
Yeah.
And we've attracted an extraordinary community all over the world. We just came back from a rewards trip with the company with several hundred people. And it was just, not only did we have so much fun, but the quality of people that are attracted to this are the healers and the light workers that aren't drawn about the money, they're drawn about making a difference in people's lives. So I really realize that people that have a judgment about the profession don't really understand the many dimensions of value that we can live a quality lifestyle and do what we want, when we want, with who we want. And in the middle of the week, we can take off and do whatever. We can take off, and I kind of looked at our back office and went, well, we were out there, playing in the pool. We did very well. So you can do whatever you want, and it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not a get rich quick. It does, and in the early stages of the business, you work a lot harder and a lot more than the income you receive. And then later on, as your business and organization matures, the income is significant. It can be. And the beauty that I love about this is that anybody from any background, it doesn't matter what your education level is, what your skill level is, it's designed that the average person, if they follow a system and keep it simple and duplicate it, can be successful beyond their expectations. And years ago, someone said, find a mentor in this business. And I found one. And then 4 years later, I married him. And it works really well. And I wanted a partner on every level, and we complement each other. You know, Gregory is the strategic thinker. The reason he's been so successful is he's created systems and tools for everybody. And that allows everybody to really have the kind of lifestyle that they want if they're willing to be a student.
Oh, beautiful. And Kai, last testimonial then. We haven't
Testimonial.
heard yours.
Oh, that's right.
I did want to say one quick thing about the finances, and I'll tell my testimony, and that you're in a great position, who's ever listening to this, to be part of Santos's team, because Santos has a big outreach and a big community that, because he's had such a good result with the products, he's really inspired. And so if you're part of that network, a lot of the people are going to be falling into your network as his grows. So you're in a very, very special condition, situation. And then you can use these guys as support and training for, furthering what you're doing. So my testimony that I want to share is when I first started in the company, it's an 18-year-old company, and I had a business partner when I first started, and him and his wife had a dog. I want to talk about an animal testimony, and I got to experience this. It was amazing. They had a little Shih Tzu dog. It was about 17 years old, and it had a stroke, and the stroke was 6 months prior. And the little dog lived under their kitchen sink, and I was over there. And under their table, not the sink, excuse me, under their kitchen table. And they put paper down, and the dog, just this little dog, all it could do is get up, and it could only walk in a circle. It just would follow its tail and walk in a little circle, and it'd pee and poop right there, and had to eat there, and it had been living there for 6 months. And we talked to a friend that was an acupuncturist that said, we only had one patch at that time, the energy patches. And she said, stick those patches behind the little dog's ear and see what happens. So we stuck these patches behind the little dog's ears, and it was 5 minutes. It was only 5 minutes. The little dog stood up and it shook itself off a little bit, and then it went in a straight line for the first time in 6 months to the front door and scratched on the front door, and it went out and peed in the yard.
Nice!
And it was absolutely amazing. And then the dog lived for another year and a half and was able to walk in a straight line. And so 6 months of this, and there's no placebo effect with animals. And it was like, Randy, my business partner, I looked at each of them and says, hey, I think we could do something with this. It's like, we need to share this with people, because if this happens for a little dog, wow, that's pretty amazing. And that was a real experience that I experienced.
Yeah, right. These are.
I want to share another
the
Shih
best.
Tzu story, because I didn't know that one. That was great. So one of our friends, who is a naturopath and a quantum healer practitioner, had a 17-year-old Shih Tzu that was on its deathbed. I mean, it even had the death rattle and the smell. And it was no bodily functions, just lying there. And she put a post on Facebook, and I saw it, and I sent her some patches, and it was the X39 stem cell activation patch she put on the dogs. It doesn't need to touch the body. 3 inches close to the body activates it, and put it on the dog's tag, and in 15 minutes she started seeing some activity. And then the dog got up, and the dog started eating and drinking and went outside and got 2 more years of quality life. But what happened was, because of her gifts, once she put the patch on the dog, she could actually see the energy flow into the organs of each of the organs of the dog. And the dog came to life and had 2 more years of quality life.
There you go. It's beautiful. Yeah,
So Shih Tzu stories that's amazing.
Yeah, I've heard enough testimonials since I've been with LifeWave that I know that all the people that have told me, are good, reliable people, and I've known them, And I've heard so many that it's just saturated me to the point where you don't have any more doubt. But I'll have to mention the first time I was given a packet was when I was in Miami 2 years ago, in December of 2019. And I put the stem cells on. Yeah, I felt better, and then, but after, I wasn't consistent. That's the thing. I wasn't consistent. There was the pack, and oh hell, I forgot to put that on. Last day was 3 days ago. So then I'd put it on and feel a little bit better, And I was 50-50. Then I went to Oregon about 6 months later. Someone sent me another pack. All these good people reaching out saying, Santos, this will help you, And I just wasn't, I'm touring the world and I got this other pack. Oh, yeah, I've tried this before, I'll do it again, And I felt the difference. I did feel the difference, but I just didn't do anything with it. And then I met Peter here in Puerto Morelos at a cafe. And I told him some of the things I was going through, and he says, I've got something that will help you, I think I can help you. And that's when I took it seriously. But even before that, that's why I'm mentioning this, the Miami and the Oregon, 2 years ago and 18 months ago, 2.5 years ago and 2 years ago, even then I knew it was a good product, right? But I didn't do anything with it. But since I've been regularly, I haven't stopped since I've met Peter. Since then, my health has improved significantly. I haven't itched for 6 weeks now. In December, a lot of things happened in my life. I nearly died. I lost about 15 kilos, went down to 44 kilos. My father died, my best friend died. A young syncretist here who was only 25 years old in December, she got squashed by a truck. She fell off the back of a motorbike. I had a home robbery in October. They stole my computer and my speakers. I lost 11 months of work, and I had all this depression, and everything was closing in on me, and I let myself go. I've never done that before. I've always been on it, And during that, I stuck to these and other protocols, uropathy and grounding and solar gazing, right? But I stuck to the stem cells, and I have to give these, I don't know what percentage, but I have to give them, a good percentage of my comeback. Now I think I'm the healthiest I've ever been. Still got a bit of weight to put on, but I feel really, really integrated. I feel fresh, motivated, youthful. My aspirations are coming back. Less fear, less stress and anxiety. I've always suffered a lot with fear, Fear has caused me a lot of anger and bitterness and resentment, and that's the emotional side of my sickness has been probably 90% of it, really. So it's helped me with that too. It helps you because when you're being supported, then you can sort of go, hey, it's all right, I've got a nurse. It's the nurse is here and she's, looking after me. Yeah, when your mum's holding you when you're a baby, you just, you're comforted, right? So when you've got these aids, you feel emotionally more stable. So I've got more emotional stability, which has catapulted me even further. But I can honestly say, right now, I'm the healthiest I've ever been in my life at 59 years of age.
I want to comment on something you said, Santos, because the longer you wear the patches, the better you get. It's cumulative over time. And there's a recent study on cognitive function, which is very exciting, especially for those of us that are, baby boomers and beyond, that you can actually improve cognitive function. And they have clinical tests. They did a pilot test and had 100% statistical significance. I said it, yes. And now they're doing double-blind studies. So this is very, very exciting.
For the mind, right? The brain.
Yes.
Because that's where most diseases stem from, your mind and your emotions. So this is mental and emotional support as well, not just the physical body. It's working on light. I mean, light carries everything. Light is spirit, soul, and body. That's God. It's a Trinity.
Something else you said, consistency, very important. Hydration, very important. And you wear the patches 12 hours on and 12 hours off. There's a signal that gets created, and your body needs a break from the signal for it to remain effective. And you can't hurt yourself if you leave them on, and we all do. We forget. We forget to put them on. We forget to take them off. It's okay.
Yeah.
But consistency, hydration, and give your body a break. So 12 hours on, 12 hours off.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm really glad that I took it seriously. I really, really am. It's been a blessing, and I'll never go without them. I'll never go without my glutathione patch. I believe glutathione is, you can't get it at all from anything other than technology. Is that right?
Well, it's when your body produces glutathione, and if you take it like as orally, it gets destroyed in the digestion.
Right.
But you can get an injection.
Right.
And they cost about $1,000.
Right.
And they don't increase it in the blood as much as our patches actually
And it only lasts a very short time.
So you really have to have your body generate your own glutathione is the best way to do it. And what I love about these patches is they work on your own natural intelligence, your own your native body's intelligence. And so it activates receptors to turn on switches that maybe when you're out of balance don't get turned on.
All right, I've got the glutathione is a substance made from the amino acids glycine, cysteine, and glutamic acid. Glutamic acid. That's probably where the glutathione comes from. Glutamic acid, glycine. I know how important glycine is. That's related to sugar and energy. Yeah, glycine. And cysteine or cysteine, S-Y-C-Y-S, cysteine. So those three. It is produced by the liver and involved in many body processes. Glutathione is involved in tissue building and repair, making chemicals and proteins needed in the body, and in immune system function. People take glutathione for aging, alcohol use disorder, liver disease, heart disease, and many other conditions. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I knew it was three, but I didn't know the names. So there they are. Let's do it again so we can all be really, precise with our information. Glycine, very important. I know that one's a really important amino acid. Cysteine, glutamic acid. There you go. So,
on another note, Santos, we were in Thailand about 6 weeks ago, and we met one of the people that is part of your community over there in Thailand, George, and he is so excited about your academy and everything, and he was just getting inspired by the patches, about the X39 patches, and we knew we were coming here to see you in Mexico, and Lynette, my partner, has a present that he said, could you hand deliver this to Santos? And I would love to see it. And we have it. We brought it all the way back from Bangkok, and I have no idea what's in there.
Do you want to come around so the camera can see as well? In a green bag.
So it creates community around the world, which I love.
A present. Let me think, what might it be?
George Pappas.
I told George Pappas that I would hand deliver this to you. Special delivery from Bangkok, Thailand. And anyway, here it is. And that he wants to make sure that he sees this with a picture.
Hey, George.
Hey, George.
Thank you.
Okay. There
Mission
you go.
All right, can I open it now and share it with the world?
Yes, you are reaching people all over the world, Santos.
Thank you. So the card, look at this card, 3D.
It's beautiful.
3D. Oh my God. Hi Santos, thought you might like some of these small gifts that I selected. Your fellow brother syncretist and flat earther, George Pappas. Take care. Hope to see you soon in Mexico. So do I. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh my
It's beautiful.
God! That's a copper. Let's. Which camera? That it? Is that close enough? Look at that, man. That's copper. That's copper coils. You want to put that up there, Nick? Oh my God. And what stone is this?
Is it jade?
Jade. They'll have to go on the left hand. All greens go on my left, and all blues and blacks on my right. Yeah.
Look at this. Jade for
Jade,
you.
jade for you. And this. And what's this for? Oh, this is one of those things you put near your computer to protect yourself. It has to be. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah. Yeah. This is a. This is like organite.
Ooh.
But that copper in there, those coils, they're in a star.
it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 star. Wow. That's 12 star. And it's copper and looks like silver. Gee.
It's
All the way
beautiful.
from Thailand.
I'll have to. Can you guys tell George to explain what this is? To me?
Absolutely.
Looks like it's got a crystal in the centre too.
Okay.
This looks magical, man.
Yeah.
This is like a crystal ball, right?
Yes.
I see the future.
It's a portal.
We will all be in paradise and live forever, happily and healthily, and we will be like unto God.
Amen.
Amen. Wow.
That's beautiful.
Green on left, blue on right. Thank you so much, Lynette, for doing that. Oh my God, that jade. Jade. Wow.
Very nice.
And it's got the number 9 on it. Oh, number 9. Number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. You know the Beatles song, don't you?
Oh, it's a good song.
Oh, this is beautiful, man. And even this 3D. Can you show that here, please? That's 3D, man. That's a postcard.
And Will You Love Me when we were 64? We're past
Yeah.
that. We're past that.
5 years for me.
Me too.
Yeah. Number 9. Number 9. And jade.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. What's jade good for?
I don't know, it's green, so it's for the heart chakra.
Come on, Crystal. The heart.
And wealth and abundance.
And wealth and abundance. Oh, wow. All the goodies. Wow. Is that a place in Thailand? I think it must be. I'll build a house on that one day. All right, guys, look, I think that was really, really good share that we had with our community on syncretism, with the Syncretism Society and community. And further on, that, I'm going to post this onto Mr. Astrotheology as well. Straight away. In fact, I'll get Ricardo or Anne-Marie to help me with that. I'll put that in the community though, on Mr. Astrotheology. I'll post it on Facebook once the live's over. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate this because these guys are busy. You know, they're not just sitting around on their laurels, and they're travelling around a lot as well. Peter's very busy, always helping my team and always offering, you know, his help. And every time I call Peter, there he is. Every day we're communicating. He lives only 20 minutes down the road in Playa del Carmen, and yeah, one of the best friends I've ever had. I love Peter. So, and you guys have been friends with him for a long time, and I really appreciate, because I know how much work you've done and where you've positioned yourself in this beautiful, healthy and wealthy creating business, that we're all here together. This is significant. And Lynette, of course, Kai's partners over there, she gave me that. She'd be nice if she could have sat in as well. She'd have testimonials as well. But we've only been allotted a certain amount of time.
We'll be back.
We can do this again. We will.
And we're here to help everybody. Just so you know, Santos is very busy, and he does so many things for so many people. And if you decide you're inspired by this, you know, let us know, and we'd love to support you because we know it supports Santos. So we're here to support everybody.
If you want to learn about the patches, there's a website called Nitty Gritty Basics. NITTYGRITTY basics.com. It'll tell you about the technology. It goes through the patches. You can get an education if you want to learn more about the product.
There you go. Now, if it's not for you, because there'll be people there, I know, and you'll be saying, oh, but it's multi-level, and you'll have all sorts of arguments and reasons why you don't want to do such a nice thing. That's fine. Remember, I always promote the free things first. God's sunlight, water, hydrogen, grounding, neuropathy, a good diet, organic food. Those are all free, and those are the first things I always mention since the beginning of my work, and always will. These things are if it's for you, okay? So bless you nonetheless, whether this was for you or for not, and please remember to subscribe to the Syncretism Academy, because this is the academy that is going to change the world. You will not get better knowledge, truth anywhere else. You will not. I make that promise to you, and in history, in hindsight, one day it will be known as a worldwide fact. This academy, well, since the Neoplatonic academies were shut down by Justinian in the year 527 by edict, Emperor Justinian, the guy who created Dog Latin and legalese, the evilest emperor of all, his wife, by edict, shut down the Syncretism academies 1,500 years ago. And now they've been reopened. We reopened it, guys. This is it. It's history. Be first. Tell your grandchildren in 30 years, 40 years' time, I was one of the first subscribers. I knew that was the school. I knew that was where we could get the best truth. And you will. And I make that promise. And I won't, fail. I won't fail at all in that, because we've attracted the best instructors, and the knowledge that we have is perfectly grounded in ancient truth. No new age rubbish here. None of that stuff, none of that. It's all ancient wisdom. So thanks for joining us, guys, and thank you very much, beautiful friends.
Thank you, Santos, for everything you do. You're like a brother, and together, Hannah, my fiance, and I, we're proud to be a part of your world. We're proud to be servants for everyone. So again, thank you for your time here today. Really appreciate you, and Santos, amazing working with you.
Likewise, brother. Likewise. Thank you. Bless everyone. May the truth and the light be with you. Go with the light. Blessings. Thank you.